Tell me your story. Tell me everything
Yeah,
about Daniel.
yeah. That's gonna be a long story.
Oh, I love it. I
No,
love it.
yeah. No, so well, I'm thinking about the whole yoga perspective first. I studied theater and drama, and I went to acting school in London
Oh,
for
wow.
like 20 years ago now. And for one of the characters, I was like, I want that person to be a yoga teacher because they're cool or whatever, you know. So I did method acting, so I went into a yoga class and I started to read my first spiritual book, which was The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho.
Paulo Coelho, yes.
That
I
was
love.
20 years
Oh,
ago.
that was great. Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. And so yeah, I just started there, and I remember my first class so well. Oh, I actually remember after the class. I went to a dance studio because I used to dance when I did acting and stuff. I didn't go to a yoga studio for years. I was like, I am not going. I was too afraid. So I stick to what I knew at a dance studio, and I remember my body coming out of the class, walking down Covent Garden in London, and I was like, I don't know, I just felt that I was double sized that I am physically. I just felt so much bigger.
Yeah. You expanded.
Some space created, and I was like,
Yeah.
I haven't felt this before, like it was so massive. And the class, I think it was an Ashtanga class. I used to call it I think it's like leopard class or something, because I had no idea what anything was called. So I just made something up. I can't remember what it was. I think it was an Ashtanga class. But, so it was kind of like a routine class, but it's just the physical part of it was just did something to me. Yeah, so that's kind of like how I went into yoga. So just a little bit before, so my mother died from AIDS when I was 10 years old.
Oh.
My birth dad died of he was using heroin, so he died of an overdose when I was, I think, maybe 6 or something.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so me and my twin brother, we kind of had a rough start.
Yeah.
He has a different dad. So this kind of when she died, I remember the time when I was told that she had gone. We knew for about 2 years, but to start to investigate death when you're 8, 2 years before, we kind of knew that she was going to die, and I cried myself into sleep every night because it's.
And you were so little. You both.
Little,
yes.
Scared, and so everything was just black. Death is, it's just this nothingness. But I'm just here forever. It's so scary. So that was it kind of propelled a start into a spiritual. There was no consciousness of spirituality when I was that young, but it definitely did something.
Yeah.
You had to relate to death. You had to relate to a massive loss, and several times.
Yeah.
It's consciousness or not, it happens, So that's, so the question of death was kind of what pulled me in. I just have to know what it is. Nobody tells me anything in this world. No one around me did yoga or meditation or spirituality or whatever. So I just had to figure it out by myself or whatever,
Mm.
When I was younger, I was like, yeah, I'm a spiritual person. I'll just believe that there's something more, I think. But then it propelled me to go to Nepal. This was after I came back from London, and I started to read books. And I started to I never stopped reading after that point, because I was like this. I have to have information now.
Yeah, you are searching for an answer for absolutely everything, because your parents, they are your structure. They are the ones to introduce you to the world and say what is right or wrong. Exactly. And I give you love in that process. But this was taken away from you very early.
It was.
So you didn't have any support system. So you needed to know more. So amazing that you immerse yourself and went and dived in reading.
I was like, this, I have to, I want to. There's so much want behind there. There's so much Shakti energy. I just have to know. So I just so after my my first yoga experience in London, came back home and I started traveling after a while, because I was like, acting there's something that I just can't put my finger on, but there's some kind of level of happiness or some kind of level of something that I don't know, but I want to go there.
Yeah.
So I walked the whole kind of acting thing that was my big dream. So that was like my transformation of like leaving that and then just travel and just open myself up. So then I went to Nepal for a month-long retreat, doing a Lamrim retreat, which is like the road to enlightenment. So every day we meditate in different themes, different philosophies, meditation. So yeah, that's where I kind of learned to meditate really. And also to learn to meditate like analytical meditation, you know, you have a theme and you just kind of try to figure out what it means or whatever you get, you know. So there's a lot of different things that I learned from that and I just brought with me. I jumped into Vipassana meditation straight after that because someone told me there's a meditation you can do where you're silent for 10 days. And I'm like, oh, I have to go there. I have to taste more. I have to get it. You know? I just jumped into all of that. And then whilst traveling, after a couple of years, I was like, okay, now I need to figure out, like, what do I want to do? Like, because I never wanted to be a yoga teacher. Like, I never wanted to be a teacher. I wanted to be an actor. That's what I wanted. So no. Yoga was only for myself. Meditation was only for myself. It was to develop my own mind, to develop connection to my own spirit, which is yoga. You know, it's the union with you and the higher. So I was doing yoga without like officially doing a training.
Do you think your higher self totally exploded from your heart and your crown chakra? Now you integrated your higher self totally into your being. Do you feel that?
I mean, I love that you asked the question because I kind of hoped you wanted to ask this question because I do connect with my higher self every day.
Yeah.
So that's a part of my everyday meditation is to, you know, and so if it's like fully integrated, I don't know, like I don't ask too many questions. It's more what feels right. Mm-hmm. Letting go of the doubts of what it isn't or what it is, like the image of what, you know, that kind of connection is. But no, every day is I do connect to my crown chakra and then I just kind of listen and I just say hi. You know, I just speak myself to myself as a you know, more you know, the wiser part of myself. And if it is like my higher self outside of my body in another dimension, or if it's a higher presence in my own consciousness here, or if it's both, like that's fine either way, you know? Mm-hmm. So, and it really gives me a sense of like, I don't know. There was quite a lot of years that I kind of forgot to do that part. And I only did like asana and I did meditate, but it was more Buddhist meditation and like these kind of different tasks that has helped me so much. But at some point I just longed for my soul again.
Yeah.
So, you know, I kind of forgot to do it. And then I just felt for quite a long time, I felt I was missing something. Mm-hmm. Missing. And it's like the spiritual part of me. Mm-hmm. I can't separate yoga and spiritual, mm-hmm. you know? So it's, and now just in the moment I just started doing it again, just remember, like I just had to do it to make it simple and just connect it. I just get close just talking about it now. It's just to connect again. And it's like, this is it, you know, just a higher concept of myself. So, yeah, it brings me like so much joy.
When was the first time you got that contact? It was through meditation?
You know what? Okay, there's one incident that I remember when my crown chakra opened. Like, that was I was traveling in Australia, and a friend's mom was a medium. And we did some energy work.
Great.
Play with energy. And we did this Do you know Brandon Bays with The Journey?
No, I don't.
So it's this kind of a manuscript that you go through. And whilst we were doing that, at some point it just opened up. It was just, and I was like, what is that? You know, like it was really.
You felt the sensation, a physical sensation as well.
Yeah. And it was. I kind of imagined it being like blue flames or something like.
Yeah. Wow.
So that's kind of like the first time I opened that, and then I started like she taught me how to recognize my mother. She's always here when I connect
on the
to her,
left side.
On my left side. Yeah. So that happened, and then my higher self. I think it's been a lot of confusion around what it is or when it's my higher self, when it's my ego, these things. So I don't have like a set time when I knew. It's just kind of grown over time, like a security and a comfortness and a like a clarity and a. I just enjoy sitting with it, but I don't have like I can't remember when that like happened.
Mm-hmm.
I believed it and I've known it, and it just makes more and more and more sense. And it's going to continue to make more and more sense. I know that.
Yeah, definitely. That's amazing. And I think that this prana flow that you got, you open all your chakras. And how about the heart chakra? Have you felt when you connect to your higher self through your crown chakra, do you feel also on your heart chakra, or when do you feel your heart chakra the most?
I need to bring my heart chakra in all the time.
Okay.
Because it's always out. If control it kind of thing. Because like Buddhist meditation is very heart chakra. It's Bodhisattva, it's a courageous heart. It's including everything and everyone and seeing interconnectedness with and through everything as yourself. It's like, it's massive. It's just, I did some energy practices, and I figured out like my heart is like it's kilometers outside of my body. Like I had to like bring everything and like
wow.
All the way. I have to bring it into here, onto my skin, and then I can relax. Like okay, now it's only me. So my go-to is everyone else. So my work is always to bring it into me. And then so what I'm learning now through
the Manipura,
is to
centered, to center on you.
I choose when and how I move my energy out. Like this is my practice these days. Because or else it's just. And then my mind gets.
I understand, because you give too much of yourself, and now you have to give to yourself as well. You probably receive a lot as well from the higher self,
And especially when I do. I mean, we all do, but it's when I have to go there and choose it. I have to remember it to connect. Anyway, it does give me differently than if I didn't connect consciously by choice, kind of thing. And that I've come to recognize, and I've also like from the Buddhist perspective, like you just don't really take much in, you just keep giving. It's kind of like that. So part of my practice is also to receive. So I do recognize it. I don't spend too much time on like taking in and recognize it, but I do recognize it because I know, because it's how the universe works. Like what you bring in is what spreads around. So of course it does, and I know that my intentions are pure, and that I want, and I try, and I can only do what I can do, and that's enough. And I know I affect, because everybody affects a room or people around you, and I am quite aware of what I bring in. I want people to. So one thing is through actual physical yoga to get stronger and get more healthier, to make better choices for yourself. And when I say better, it's more what kind of brings joy to you.
Mm-hmm.
And another aspect is also so that you may have enough prana and energy so you can go out and make more difference.
Mm-hmm.
That's like one point. Other one is I want people to know their minds more.
Mm-hmm.
So in yoga class, I go back to that quite a lot as well. Like it is, we're here, but we're not here to just relax. It's not that kind of a practice in yoga.
Mm-hmm.
You go back and watch your breath. Go back again. It's mindfulness training.
Yeah, absolutely.
The one thing is to know your mind more, to know your feelings, to understand how we're built and how we're put together, because then you automatically know everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
So, and also I would love people to connect to their higher self, of course, and to something, nature, to that kind of dimension, because it frees ourselves from a lot of, it brings in more happiness. So go back to my mother and like losing my mom. Like I could go into the line of like, I feel sorry for myself and I lost everything, and that would be, what's it called? Like people would be like supportive of that, like, oh yeah.
Yeah, to become the victim of a tragedy.
Yeah, which is very normal, and the mind, the ego loves to be a victim.
Yeah.
Like all the time, it loves to be the victim.
Yeah.
That's energy feeds on it. So what I did, for example, with my mother, like of course, forgiving her for whatever, forgiving myself for any thoughts and these things, but also understanding from this is a perspective. From the soul perspective of choosing a body and choosing a life and choosing, the challenges so that we may learn in this physical reality.
Yeah, amazing.
But those perspectives and reincarnation, if they're true or not, I don't really care. But I know, but it does something to my mind.
Mm-hmm.
I notice that, I take on responsibility and I accept, okay, that's a good thing. Like it's hard, but it feels better to live like that.
Yeah.
It feels better to live like not thinking there's a black wall in front of my eyes for eternity than thinking there's something else or something more. I feel better right now thinking about it than not thinking, so it's also just recognizing what's real right now in these kind of things. So bringing these perspectives is of course what I really want people to just, taste more.
Yeah, absolutely. And now that you became a father, you have your own family, you're giving so much more that you never had before. But something very important is that you gave yourself love, you gave yourself a chance to live and be this incredible person that you are, Daniel. Amazing.
Thank you.
And I'm so happy to, have met you, and I'm going to continue going to your classes because I love it. Brings me so much joy. And thank you so much for, being a part of this beautiful journey in life. And I hope that other people also feel inspired by your story and absolutely everything that you said, because it's very special for not only the mind, but for our souls. It's your soul
Thank you so much
talking.
for inviting me.
Yeah, that was a pleasure. I really enjoyed your company and getting to know more about your story, your incredible story. And thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Namaste.